if President Trump's kids were accused of doing what Joe Biden's son Hunter is accused of doing, there would be impeachment proceedings against the president launched tomorrow and criminal charges against his sons launched today. But when it's the Democrats who abuse their power, like Joe Biden appears to have done to enrich his family, the wrongdoing is just ignored. It's just more clear evidence of liberal hypocrisy and a tolerance of bad, if not criminal behavior. Today, the Senate released its report into Hunter Biden's dealings with the Ukraine. Truthfully, I was hoping for more. The report told me nothing I didn't already know. It just confirmed the Obama administration knew, quote, Hunter Biden's position on Burisma's board was problematic and did interfere in the efficient execution of policy with respect to Ukraine. Burisma, of course, is that Ukrainian gas company that paid Hunter Biden $4 million to sit on the board.
We're just asking the questions. If there's nothing there, fine, we'll get the information, we'll move on. If there's something there, I think the American people deserve the truth.
Well, I think the evidence they uncovered certainly shows there must be something there. In fact, the report revealed a senior State Department official during the Obama administration warned that Hunter Biden's position on the Burisma board, quote, enabled Russian disinformation efforts and risked undermining U.S. policy in Ukraine. Yet nothing was done. In fact, the owner of Burisma allegedly paid a $7 million bribe to shut down a corruption case against him 7 months after Hunter joined the Burisma board. And Hunter's dad, Joe, conveniently got the Ukrainian prosecutor investigating Burisma fired. Remember, Joe Biden was the vice president of the United States. How did he do it? He did it by holding up American aid to the Ukraine.
I'm going to be leaving here, and I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a got fired.
That one comment alone, in my opinion, is grounds for a criminal investigation. Yet the Washington elite ignore the evidence uncovered now by this new Senate report. And though the report ultimately said it was, quote, unclear what impact Hunter Biden had on Ukrainian policy, it did come up with some very curious transactions. The report spells out, quote, Hunter received millions of dollars from foreign nationals with questionable backgrounds, millions of dollars. Hunter received $3.5 million from the widow of the former mayor of Moscow. Hunter had business associations with numerous Chinese nationals closely tied to the communist government that resulted in millions of dollars in more questionable transactions. And maybe even the most shocking of all the revelations, the Senate report found curious payments from Hunter to Russian and, quote, other Eastern European women who appeared to be linked to, quote, an Eastern European prostitution or human trafficking ring. But that leaves the Democrats all unfazed.
This morning, the chairman of the Homeland Security Committee released his report, which reads as if Putin wrote it. Senators Grassley and Johnson should reimburse taxpayers for the money they wasted.
Give me a break, Senator Schumer. Again, imagine, folks, if this information that I just told you came out about Donald Trump Jr. or Eric Trump, and the president made deals on foreign aid to enrich his sons, or there were payments, God forbid, to women tied to human traffickers, the outrage would be deafening. The Washington Post and the New York Times would dispatch hundreds of reporters to cover the case. Instead, last I checked, the Washington Post had nothing on its front page about the Senate investigation. And as for the New York Times, all it has is a tiny, devious headline that reads, Republican inquiry finds no evidence of wrongdoing by Joe Biden. Come on, really? His son makes millions while he's vice president. Thanks to foreign nationals, Hunter Biden would have never known if it weren't for his father, Joe Biden. And the Times declares Joe Biden is in the clear. This is what you get from the liberal media. All I can say is thank God for Newsmax.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.